last week is another busy week in the forex market. That's when we actually saw the US dollar rejecting at this 106.83 level. That's a very solid level of support right there, sitting comfortably at 106.83. There is first rejection at that area previously in the previous week, and then last week we also saw another rejection at that area after the concluded NFP result last week, which came out disappointing. And then we saw this one, the DSY bouncing off that particular level. So what are we looking at in the dollar going into the next week? If you check the weekly time frame, you'll see that throughout the week, that's last week, we saw the dollar weakness until when they actually dropped the NFP report, and then the market participant diluted the information, and then probably dissected the information, and at the end of the day we saw the DSY bouncing off this very solid support level, and they settled at 11188 by the market close on Friday. So what's the next level we are looking at right now? For me, I believe that we should see I've been saying it since last couple of weeks that we should see a bounce at this particular area. The markets can actually retrace back to this particular area right here, or back to this 103.238, and I think that we should see that coming in the next couple of days or in the next couple of weeks. So if we use the daily time frame, what you can deduct from here is that though the US dollar still look bearish, but we can see a bounce at this particular area, which means that we can see the US dollar strength for a short time, probably back to this particular area. So if we use the trend line to draw that particular support sitting at this area, so we can see a mid-term bounce on the USD. That is a mid-term strength, that is a short-term strength. So that's what I want to say right there. So we can see short-term strength in the USD coming back to this particular area. That is if we put the line there, let's check the price. So let's see, that's the area we are looking at. So let's say because another thing is we can see a retest of this support level again, and price will bounce, and then probably you might see price going as high as 102, or if that level break, then we can see price coming to 103.238. You understand what I mean? So let's see what price will do at this particular area. But in the next couple of weeks or couple of days, we should see the US dollar strength playing out, and then we should see the retest of this particular area. And then if we have a break of this, then we should see price moving back to 103. And then if you have a rejection, then believe me that we are going to have a break of this 106.83 to the downside. So the next couple of days, I'm looking for a short-term strength in the US dollar, and then it might actually turn to long time if some level actually break at this particular area. So that's what I'm looking at in the DSY. So guys, this is the weekly forex forecast. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ambafx. This is where I bring you the latest insights in the world of forex market, the technical analysis, and the fundamental analysis. So if you are just joining this channel for the first time, watching this video for the first time, do well to subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to drop your opinion in the comment section. So before we go to the individual currency, let's check the economic activities of next week. So Monday, we don't have much in the economic activity, but we have a high volatile news on Wednesday and then Thursday. So here, I'm going to tell you one thing you should be looking for in the euro. That is on Monday, on Tuesday, and Tuesday before they have their monetary policy report. So on Monday is a quiet day, no economic activities. On Tuesday, we have the big amount count, and then we have a Canadian dollar that is a Bank of Canada governor speech that is later on Tuesday. On Wednesday, market to be volatile. We have the GDP from the Great British bounce that is on Wednesday, very early, 7 a.m. Nigerian time on Wednesday. And 1:30 we have the core CPI from the United States. That is the inflation measure news, the CPI. And then Thursday we have the PPI too. And then Thursday too, we have the monetary policy from the euro. So probably if I want to based on experience, we have consensus information to be 3.65 and the previous is 4.25. Can you see how many basis point rate cut here? As you can see, that is up to, let's say, if you actually do the mathematics, you see that we have up to, let's do the calculations together. 3.65 minus 4.25, that is up to 60 basis point rate cut here. So that's what the consensus information is saying. And then, you know, markets might actually start pricing the 60 basis point rate cut from Monday and Tuesday, probably on Wednesday too, before the actual release on Thursday. So if there is 60 basis point rate cut, the news will not be shocking to the market, and then you will not actually see much volatility to the downside. I'm talking about euro, you understand, because market has started pricing it from Monday to probably Wednesday. But if there is now a rate hike, maybe instead of dropping 3.65, they drop 4.50, 4.65 or 5.00, that's when you see a very big volatility. You see a very strong euro coming into the market on Thursday. So probably my advice is can start, if you see your entry in shorting the euro pairs on Monday, don't hesitate to do that, because markets might start pricing this 60 basis point rate cut starting from Monday. So that's what I want to share right there. So after Thursday, we have Friday, which is a little bit not much economic activity. We just have preliminary consumer sentiment. This is an inflation measure news too. That is, we still have preliminary inflation expectation. So this one, I don't think this one should move the market that much. So our focus this week is on USD core CPI, the PPI, and then the euro monetary policy. So the best bet this week, the best bet you can see a lot of volatility in this week is euro USD and GBP US dollar. So that's it for the economic activity. So let's go to the video here. So the first one I'm looking at this week is on gold, and as you can see, we have a rejection here on gold 3 times at this all-time high, and this all-time high is actually serving as a strong resistance level, because the price has actually rejected this area a couple of times. You understand? So we have a rejection a couple of times, and then after the NFP on Monday, we have the rejection here, and then price close below this 2,504, and then we have price settle at 2,497 at the end of last week. What am I looking at on gold? If we check this at the 2 hour time frame, so this is what I'm actually looking at, for price to come here and we'll see a rejection at this area to actually go for a short position back to 2,474, and then if this level break, I'm going to look for rejection back to 2,456. So this is what I'm actually looking at to sell gold going into the next week. So when I will not be selling gold is if we now have price coming and break this 2,504 and then close above it. That's when I might be looking to go long on gold back to the all-time high, which might eventually break to the upside. So on gold, I'm looking for a bearish bias. That is my buy bias, unless we have a break of this level to the upside. So I'm looking for price to retest this area and then give me a bearish entry, so that I will enter a bearish setup back to this level or back to this level going into the next week. On GBP US dollar, as you can see, price went as high as breaking this particular area last week. And then, after this head and shoulder, which serves as a reversal pattern, we saw price breaking this neckline and show the head and shoulder entry right there, and then we actually enter, but it didn't last long when price actually do what reverse. And then after the NFP, you saw this big bullish move back to this area, and then there's a rejection at that particular area. For me, I'm still on bearish bias on GBP US dollar. So where am I looking at for a sell setup? This is where I'm looking at for a sell setup. So on Monday, if you see price coming back to this area and give you any rejection candle, and then you should be able to enter a sell bias back to 1.299955. This is where the next support level lies. Or if you want to be on the safer side, this might be a safe way to go about it. So probably we should see price coming back to this area, and they give you a rejection candle to be able to enter a short position back to 1.30350. So this is what I'm actually looking at, for price to probably take this low and take out this low again. As you can see, this low is taking out, this low is taking out, this one too is taking out. So probably after this long rejection, this low too should be taken out to the downside, as you can see. So if you want to use a fib level here, you can see that price actually reject at 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level after the NFP, which lies this particular resistance level 2, and then we saw the price rejecting back to the downside. So what I'm actually looking for is for price to come here, and then we'll see a rejection at that particular area at 1.31608 back to 1.30350, and then this bearish move might be a short term, you understand. So that's why I'm actually taking my profit at this area. So if we now see a breakout of this level, then we should be looking for this level as the next support level right there. So you can see, so we can actually use two line here, one is inner and then one is outer. So this might actually be the inner trend line right here, which we might actually see price coming back to this particular area before it's found a support, and then it break the all-time. But on a short-term basis, I'm looking for probably next week. Importantly, I'm looking for a short setup, that is a sell setup on GBP USD. On Monday might be a retracement day for this to retest this particular area and eventually give me the bearish bias. I'm looking at bearish entry. I'm looking at. So the next one I want to check is US dollar JPY. US dollar JPY. I'm bearish on US dollar JPY, but the but is that we might actually see price rejecting this level. This level is a very, very strong support level. So we might actually see price coupled with, as you can see, this trend line. So we might actually see a bounce at this area for a short time, and the price will come and retest this 14500. Then from here, any retracement I see to this particular area, and this might actually be the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. Let's check if it be so. It means that as you can see, yeah, this 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. So any rejection I see at this particular area, there are opportunities for me to look for a bearish setup back to 137.487, because this low is going to be taken out. And as you can see, the Japanese yen index is very, very strong. So if you check it, if you check the chart, you see that is very strong and it has break the upper band. So I'm looking for a retracement back to this area, and then you see a bearish setup back to 137.487. So watch out for that. So on Euro US dollar, like I said, markets might be pricing the 60 basis point rate cut consensus starting from Monday. So probably if you see any retracement here, it's an opportunity for you to look for a bearish setup. But for me, I think the bearish setup might actually comes very, very early, very quick. So which means that we might see price coming back to this area, then maybe you see a rejection at this particular area to the downside, and any retracement is important for me to look for a bearish setup back to 1.09801. So this is where I'm looking to take my profit going to the next week on euro US dollar. As you can see what price did at this particular area. So if you want to use a fib retracement to cut the move, you see that price actually reject at let's put it very well, price reject at 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level to the downside. So I'm looking for a bearish setup back to 1.09801 on euro US dollar going to the next week. On AUD US dollar, I'm actually looking for a bearish setup to buy. Here I will be looking for a big pullback, which might even be up to this area, or which the pullback might even be up to this area before the bearish setup back to 0.66442 or 422. And if that level break, you should be looking for 0.65643. So I'm looking for a bearish bias on AUD US dollar going to the next week, but you should see a very deep pullback. Maybe this level might be taken out, and then you will have price coming back to this area, and then subsequently we might have price coming back to 0.65643. That's what I'm looking at on AUD USD. On SND USD too, same bias, bearish bias. You know, this low has been taken out and this low has formed right there. So which means that we might see price coming back to this area, and then I'll be looking for a bearish rejection at this area back to 0.61321. And if this level break, we should be looking for price to come to 0.60807. On US dollar, Canadian dollar, as you can see, coupled with this trend line, you can see that price keep bouncing at this trend line, and here to price bounce at this trend line too, and then this low is not being taken out. So which means that we should see price probably maybe on Monday we can see a small pullback, and then we'll see a move back to 1.36935, coupled with the weakness in the oil, that is a Canadian dollar. It might affect the Canadian dollar too, so which might bring about weakness in the Canadian dollar, and then we'll see US dollar CAD going back to 1.36953, and if this level break, you see it to 1.37572. So I'm looking for a bullish setup on US dollar, Canadian dollar going to next week. So on pounds, Swiss franc, I'm actually looking for a bearish setup, which might see price going back after we see the break of this consolidation right here to the downside, and then on Monday we'll be looking for a deep pullback back to this particular area or back to this area, and then we might see a bearish setup back to 1.08909 on pounds, Swiss franc, and then if this level break, you might see price coming back to this low or eventually break that particular low right here on pounds, Swiss franc. As you can see, we have a very strong level at this particular area. There is one level at this area, so if you want to mark all those levels, you can see so probably should be waiting for a deep pullback, and then let's use 1 hour time frame. Using 1 hour time frame, you can see that probably we should see a pullback back to this area, and then if it break, so we should see it back to this area, and then a bearish setup back to 0.9152. If this level break, you see it back to 1.08024. So guys, this is the weekly forex forecast, and then all the analysis in this video are based on my own analysis, not a financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. So do well to subscribe, like, and share, and I hope you learned something today. So there's a link to a verified broker and a verified and a very reputable pro firm in the description box. If you can't click the link, just copy it to your broker. We have funded next 5% as and top 1 trader. This pro firm that we don't have complaint about to pay out So they will pay you as when due, and then there is no hidden rules. So the verified broker tool is HFM. So click the link, register, and then start trading. So have a lovely trading week ahead, and don't forget to trade safely.